Okay, good morning. I'm going to call to order the quarterly Board of Directors meeting for PPW Incorporated, and we're going to begin with a legal public statement.
Yes, sir. For the record, I want to note that this is the quarterly meeting of the Board of Directors for Perimeter Park West. This meeting is being broadcast via video teleconference pursuant to Kentucky Revised Statute Section 61.826 and may be viewed by the public at the Kentucky Public Pensions Authority offices located at 1260 Louisville Road, Frankfort, Kentucky. It is also being broadcast to the public via Facebook. I ask if you are speaking and not appearing by video, please identify yourself before talking. In the event the video or audio broadcast is interrupted, we will attempt to reestablish a connection. If a connection cannot be reestablished within 30 minutes, the meeting will be adjourned and rescheduled to another date.
Okay, roll call.
Sure. Mr. Piercy,
Here.
Ms. Hampton,
Here.
and Mr. Powell.
Here.
Thank you.
Okay, next up is the approval of minutes from the November 30th meeting rather. I'll seek a motion.
So moved.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? And the motion carries. Next item is an update on the internal control audit. Connie and Rebecca are both down for that. Not sure which one's going to be speaking.
Connie's going to take that one.
Good morning. Just wanted to let you know that Dean Dorton has completed most of the field work and testing for the internal control audit. They are in the review process right now with their upper management, and they are anticipating having a report for us at our annual quarterly meeting in May. Are there any questions?
Okay, no questions. Thanks, Connie. We will move on to the update on building maintenance projects. Ann and Rebecca are both listed.
Good morning. We are on pace with our current project, which is the building renovation for the reception area to get an escape door. That's underway. So I included some pictures just to show you an update of kind of where we're at with that. It's moving along very quickly. We've reinforced the lower half of the wall, taken out a door. We're putting in the window, I believe, this week, and the countertop is already there. You can see the framed in part of the door, which is going to give them a way to get behind a secure exit if somebody's in the lobby. Anybody have any questions on that? It should last probably a week or two, and then we'll be all wrapped up with that area.
Looks like no questions, Ann.
Okay. Everything else is business as usual, just odds and ends, and then of course dealing with the weather and clearing parking lots and stuff this time of year.
Okay. Any questions or comments for Ann? I believe that's it, correct?
Yes, for building maintenance. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Next item, update on contracts. And the first one is the external audit contract.
Good morning again. I sent out to 12 firms in the area asking them for a request for proposal for the financial statement audit for 2024. And I had one company respond to me, which is Jones Now and Mattingly, our current auditors. One company commented that they would not be proposing. Another company, I asked several questions, but I didn't receive anything from them. And my recommendation is that we do a 4-year contract with Jones Now and Mattingly, unless the board would prefer otherwise. Oh, I did note in there that their costs had gone up a little bit. It's $13,750 for the audit and 1099s. That's a $2,550 increase from what we are paying for the 2023 audit.
I will say
That's
that
for all 4 years. or the 13 per year for 4 years?
We can put that in the contract. I think we have in the past given a small margin of increase, like 2%, for the next years.
I think it's about 5%. What we're seeing trend wise, both from PPW and from KBPA, is that the cost of auditors is increasing very rapidly. So I'll be surprised if they would agree to a contract of that 13,750 for 4 years in a row. But we can do shorter. I mean, we can do a shorter years and go back to the board, whatever your preference is.
I like the idea of 4-year contract. I just kind of like to have, what their price would be for those years.
Yeah, I would,
But
I don't like seeing a 22% increase. And I would say if you can't get it like 5% or less as an increase, I would say just do 2 years and let's see what we can do. And hopefully the next time we go out, we can get more people to bid. You know,
Yep,
Yeah.
that seems reasonable.
yeah, I mean, this is PPW, so you're kind of like it. I think I'll have to go off the board and put up a shingle, and I think I could do it for you for a little less.
So Ms. Hampton, for clarification from the negotiation or the contract side, if they agree to 5% for this year and then say 2% for each year thereafter, would you approve the 4-year, or do you just want 2 years at the 13,750?
Okay. I don't like it, but I'll go for the 13 for the 1 year. And then any years after that, I would propose no more than 5%. And if they won't do that, I think they would at least do 1 year for 5%. But if they won't do that, I don't know. I don't know how to say, since we didn't get any other bids, that what else we would do. Jerry, Keith, help.
yeah, I just, my concern is signing a 4-year contract,
Yeah,
not knowing what the
yeah,
other 3 years are going to look like.
Yeah.
I know we've got the right to cancel the contract with
Yeah.
notice, but
when does this go into effect?
It would
When
be
do you
in-
need it?
It would be in effect for this fiscal year's
So you
audit
need it
for
Sure.
2024.
2024. So you don't need it right now. How about if you go back to them and talk to them and then come back to us? Is the May meeting okay if we don't approve it till then?
I think so. I think that will give them enough time.
I think so too, Connie,
Mhm.
because they'd have to close the books before they're
Yeah.
working on the next one. So
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm only one person, so Keith
Yeah.
and Jerry, what do you think? Am I making a mountain out of a molehill?
Well,
go ahead, Keith.
it sounded like, Lynn, what you were saying was you were the 13,750 for the first year was fine, but then you wanted no more than a 5% increase in that in subsequent years, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, and it is, I do find it a little bit strange that didn't specify how the additional 3 years were going to be handled. And we only got one response. Is that right, Connie?
Yes, we only got
Yeah.
one response.
Okay. So, what would the harm be? And I'm just asking, you tell me, if we made a motion and passed exactly that we approve the contract at 13,750 and for 3 subsequent years at no more than 5% increase per year. Would that be agreeable, or do you still want to go back and see if you can negotiate something better?
My thoughts are we ought to just do the 1 year and allow them time to estimate their projections for another 4 years, and we can just do a 4-year contract then.
Okay, so you're just wanting to do a 1 year at 13,750.
Yes, that's my thoughts.
Okay. Lynn?
I'm okay with that. I mean, you know, I'm, because of the work I do with the U of L here, I know it's really hard to get accountants. And we're trying to just start marketing an accounting degree. So I would go along with that and let Connie see what she can do to negotiate.
Okay.
Let her work her magic.
Yeah.
Okay. So is anybody willing to make a motion to do a 1 year contract at 13,750?
Well, it's my ideal. I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Okay, any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? And that motion carries. Okay, the next contract I think is McDonald's Landscape.
Yes, we're looking at the landscape and snow removal, which is paired right now under contract, and the wired and lane contract for our heating and cooling services. Both of those are set to expire before our next meeting, and so we're happy with the service we've been getting. So we would just like to recommend that we go ahead and approve a 2-year extension for these contracts. They are in good standing, and that means that we would rebid the contracts in 2026.
So the extensions would be under the language that's already existing in the current contracts, correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
I'll make
And
that motion.
Okay.
Okay, I'll second it, Jerry.
Okay, any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? And that motion carries. And I think that's it for the contracts, correct, Ann?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
And we're going to move on to financial statements for the quarter ending December 31st.
Good morning. The first statement, as Keith said, we will go over the statements for period ending December 31st, 2023. So our first statement is a statement of assets, liability, and net assets. We ended December with just over or 5.95 million in assets, total assets for the 6-month period. The second set of statements we are presenting, these are prepared by Harrod and Associates, our bookkeepers, is the statement of revenues and expenses. We'll focus on column number 5, the 6 months ended December 31st, 2023. We ended the period with 497,000 in income. Not income, I'm sorry, revenues. And then at the bottom of that next page, we ended the December 31st period with 349,576 in expenses for our net income sitting right at 150,000, 148,7137. And the final statement that Harrod and Associates prepares for us is our statement of cash flows. We ended the 6-month period with 747,337.29 on hand, cash on hand, between our 2 bank accounts at Community Trust. Those are for informational purposes only. Does anyone have any questions concerning the 3 statements? If not, I will move on to the review of the budget to actual expenses. The spreadsheet gets a little harder to read each quarter, but it's still fairly manageable at this point. We are at or under budget in most categories, with the exception of our interest is higher than we anticipated, which is good. The other expenses that we are over in are typically one-time expenses, so we should be good for the year, with the exception of 7450 toward the bottom under repairs and maintenance, the generator service, maintenance and repairs. We had an expense in October of 14,000. That was for some repairs on our generator that were not exactly expected, but actually ended up being cheaper than Donnie had anticipated. They ended up having to replace a pump and several things associated with that fuel pump, but the computer was intact and we were able to salvage that and not have to pay for a new computer system for the generator. So if you have any additional questions, and may be able to address those about that generator repair. But that is the only one outside of one-time expenses that's the only recurring expense category that we are over budget in significantly, but we should be fine for the remainder of the year. Does anyone have any questions from?
Yeah, Liz, back to the top to revenues. I thought it was the rental income that was, let's see, over budget. I mean, which again is not bad, but I don't know how that could happen. It says 480 to four, I mean, wait a minute, maybe I'm not. No, it's not. I'm reading it wrong. Okay, sorry.
Okay, any questions for Liz? If not, I think that's it. Okay. Thank you very much. Next up is the ratification of acts of officers, directors, and agents. And Liz, you're on for this too.
Right. This does require a vote. All you see in the packet that Sherry's presenting is the summary, the list of expenses for this period. And you should have received copies of the actual checks and invoices via secure email each month. So this is just, you as directors are ratifying the acts that we as agents have performed in paying our day-to-day bills for PPW.
Okay, I'll seek a motion.
So moved.
And second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And the motion carries. Thank you very much, Liz.
Yeah.
Next item is other business. Do we have any other business?
Yes, I have one thing to just notify the board. We've received an open records request, of which I am currently working on and responding to. It's going to be an ongoing thing. They've requested 3 years worth of some financial data. So I've been Liz and Connie have been absolutely wonderful in helping me gain access to everything, and so has the IT crew. So I just wanted to let you know that we've received it and I am currently responding to it.
Vicki, is it permissible for us to ask who it's from?
Sure, the request itself is a public document.
Yes.
It's from LRC and one of their committees.
Okay, good.
Okay, any other questions on that particular topic or any other business?
I was just going to update you on a couple of small things that we're, not necessarily small things we're chasing. I'm still chasing somebody to do a website specific for PPW. I'm not getting very quick, I'm not getting very far very quickly on that one, but I'm still looking at it. And I'm working with Steve Willer on what a report from PPW is going to look like, a regular quarterly report to our shareholders. So we're working on that, and we'll present that one to you hopefully in May.
Okay.
I do have one comment. I'd ask Rebecca to do some work to find out if PPW could buy a building. In the meantime, Dave put in a bill. This is for the space for the investment team, and removed it by the request, I guess, of the governor's office. And Dave has been in contact with the finance, I guess, finance cabinet. We communicated last week. There's nothing that's been done so far. And Rebecca, I think you've been involved in this. but Dave felt confident that there was at least somebody's attention. Is that a good way to look at it?
Absolutely. I'm meeting with somebody this week to keep moving forward.
Okay, anything else for other business? And if not, we will move on to scheduling the next meeting. And is May correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Do we have any proposed dates?
Well, it looks like you all typically like a Tuesday or a Thursday. I'm looking at May 7th, 9th, or 14th.
This one will also be both a shareholders meeting and annual meeting. So 2 pieces to this. We do them 2 separate meetings back to back.
The annual confusion is what I call it.
Yes, so we'll have to send notice to the shareholders of the shareholder meeting and then give them time to determine how they wish to vote their shares.
Okay. 7th, 9th, or 14th. Do we have any preference amongst those 3?
I'm good with any of those dates.
Okay, Lynn,
I'm good with any of those dates.
let's do the first one then. Let's make it May 7th at 10 a.m.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, that's the end of our agenda for the day. So I'm going to adjourn the meeting. Thank you for your attendance, and we'll see you next time.